Most of my works start with me finding out some art historical fact, which then gets translated to other visual means or other media in a way that it's translated to be more than just like an observation in art history, but gets taken out of context and made into a completely new experience. I mostly make performances and installations, also sculptures and video work, in which I work with a lot of different mediums, so 3D animation, 3D printing is part of it, but also making costumes, working with performers, dancers, singers, making music, writing lyrics. It's all part of the practice. The materials I use are a lot of fabric. I make a lot of costumes, but I also work a lot with 3D printing and 3D animation. So I have a lot of 3D printers here in my studio, which print out sculptures. And sometimes they're used as actual 3D prints, but sometimes we cover them in plaster or other acrylic resins so that they have a different look and maybe look like they're made out of marble, but instead are actually 3D prints. And I also work a lot with performers. So sometimes the human body is kind of like a material in my work. And I collaborate a lot with dancers and singers who then kind of give shape to the way the performance is presented as well. Most of my work interacts with art history, so it's a lot about how we interact with the works that are already on display or already exist, and how we interact with this fictionalized or actual art history. And also how we interact with the art spaces, so what ownership or what control do we take when we enter an art space, and how are we approached by the artworks or the people that are there. So this also is kind of how I would want the public or the audience to see my work. To have an interaction that goes beyond being moved emotionally, but also being approached as a person instead of this anonymous kind of visitor. So sometimes people will feel uncomfortable or don't know what to do or how to interact with the work or take a big distance from the work. And I think this all is about like being a person inside the gallery space instead of being this entity that kind of is just floating eyes, which kind of the white cube is designed to be about.